Now, in a world where every single car that you get is electric, big screens, and a lot of tech, let's just see if the Macan GTS can bring us back. My name is Tsepo, and welcome to Better Cars. And this is the Macan GTS, and I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about it. So let's take a look at some cool features on the Macan GTS. Now, it currently sits on 21-inch P0R tires, and with the diamond cut wheels, it does look good, even with the red brake calipers. So just a bit more to just see. So now you've got your black accents here, the grey door handle there, as well as black roof rails that just make it look, it gives it that SUV aesthetic. Now the back, you still get the pretty similar to look Porsche Cayenne shape, just much more slanted and a bit of both. So now this is the only body shape that you can get on the Macan GTS, but I think it does look spectacular. So you have these smoked tail lights that I do like, the Macan GTS badging here, and my favorite part is the sports exhaust on this thing. Let me tell you, it sounds phenomenal. Just have a listen. You've got a rear diffuser here, very simple, very nice design, and you've got this sort of diamond finishing here that actually does look good. So now let's talk a bit more on the drivability of the Macan GTS. If there's one thing that Porsche knows how to do well, is set the car up perfectly for you, dependent on the driving mode you select. We're currently in individual mode. So just to talk a bit more about it, Porsche has 4 different driving modes for the Macan GTS: individual, normal, sport, and sport plus. Now let's talk a bit more on that sport plus option. So when you set the car up in sport plus, what does it do? It stiffens up the suspension, brings the car a bit lower for more downforce, and it basically gives you all of the power at the same time. It does have launch control. I think we want to see how that looks like. Hard on the brake, accelerate. Like it's just ridiculous to think that a mid-sized SUV can be this fun, and then it snarls at you when you accelerate. My word. And then the change downs are just so aggressive. Oh. Oh my word. No, this thing is ridiculous. And one thing I can actually tell you is, let's say you've got it in individual mode, right? And you're driving and you just quickly want to overtake a car that's actually moving slow. And you can press the sports response, automatically puts it in Sport Plus, and you can have that grunt, violent feel at just the touch of a button. And everything you need that you're going to use on the car, you're going to actually use. What do I mean by that? Because it just sounded like a lot of gibberish at the same time. So every single button here I've had to use. I've got my volume selector here. I've got my speaker button if I actually want to use my voice control button. If I want to use Siri or whatever preference you use on your voice control. Changing the song, hopping in and out of manual or automatic mode. Just a bit more fun with these pedal shifts. And these are pedal shifts that you can actually work. Not finding pedal shifts in another non-Chinese car brand, Chinese car brand that I will not name, that has pedal shifts on a 1.5 liter. I mean, you're never going to use those pedals. You're going to keep it in its normal setting. But this you're going to use. And I have just one digital instrument cluster here, because I've got 3 different circular dials, and I've got my rev limiter here in Porsche design written GTS, my speedometer on the left, and this is just to show my fuel. I can actually also change that, whether I want to show tire pressures, or I actually want to show the driving distance, fuel economy, or maps. It does also have an onboard navigation that I can actually use So not everything is integrated on the screen itself. That is a lost art that Porsche still does very well. So now we've actually experienced the Macan GTS, and I can firmly say that I've fallen in love with the Macan GTS. It doesn't drive like an SUV should. It drives like a sports car. And that's where my heart lies with the Macan GTS. So pricing sits at just above 2 million Rand, and you gotta tell me. Catch you on the next one. This is Better Cars and signing out.